is CDX.
Hey y'all, I'm Allie Kelly with CDX. We're at CMA Fest 2019, and this is my favorite part of not only CMA Fest, but probably everything I've done in the past 20 years, except maybe getting married and having children. But I'm here with Randy Travis, Hall of Famer Randy Travis, and his beautiful wife, Mary. Thank y'all so much for your time, for coming over. It's so good to see you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much. So y'all have been so busy during Music Fest. I've seen you everywhere, and that's just walking around. Me walking, I'm like, oh, there's Randy. He's Randy signing again. It's so great to see you out, and if you could use a crayon and color what y'all look like right now, it's like hearts all around and pink and sunshine and all. Everybody's just so happy to see y'all, and it's so great. Y'all just radiate love and positivity. It's just always such a pleasure. I can't think of any other way to say it other than it's just a gift and a pleasure every time we see y'all. So thank you for that.
Thank you. It's
Appreciate
been
it.
so many years since Randy has been here during the Fan Fest part of it. He has been on the main stage recent years and prior to the stroke and a few times after the stroke, but it's the first time since '92 that he's been a part of the Fan Fest. Yeah. So it's been really fun to be back, doing the things that he loved doing, and that was spending time with the fans. So, and we got a lot of comments from people today. So I haven't seen him in years. So it's so nice to be back. And thank you for having us with you today.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to have to read this because it's just too much to not. All right, so you're our Hall of Famer, Country Music Hall of Famer. You've got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You've got a star on the Nashville Walk of Fame, which is cool. That's fun to, it's always fun. I see pictures people doing pictures by the stars, so that's always fun to watch and see and do. I do it too. Especially selfies are funny when people try to lay down and get by the star. That just makes for a very awkward looking picture, and I'm not speaking from experience or anything. So,
the stars.
You're right. But you've got Grammys, ACMs, American Music Awards, People Choice Awards, Dove Awards, which I love. I love all of your gospel stuff. CMAs, of course, tons of CMA awards, and you are one of the top selling artists ever with all of your music and everything you do, and that's just so grand and so fabulous. And again, thank you. I'm going to say thank you about 1,000 times through this because from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. But you've had 18 number ones. You've had 29 top 10s and gold records and platinum records and double platinum records and triple platinum records and quadruple platinum records. I mean, my goodness, that is so fantastic and so massive. Through all of that, I'm going to bring it way back down. Do you have what song of yours would you say is your favorite? Or can you even pick one? It's just too much, right? Yeah. Well, what about album?
Well, I think, of course, the Storms of Life album, that just set such a bar, and but every album he put out was magical. Yeah. And he and Kyle Lenning a long time ago sat down, and Kyle said, if you don't love it, don't do it. And so Randy never really recorded a song that he didn't like. I don't think I've ever heard one I didn't love.
Right.
But he just had such a great catalog of music. I mean, it's just museum quality catalog. And so when I've asked him before, there was certain songs that he enjoyed doing on stage, the upbeat ones, a lot of them that were fun. Digging Up Bones, of course, was always so much fun because the crowd, the fans got so involved. But then he also loved his ballads, Horse Call Music, Don't Ever Sell Your Saddle. Of course, our favorite one was Are We in Trouble Now? And these are not ones that were, number ones or anything, but they were ones that he loved doing, so. He just has a lot to pick from. And people ask me what my favorite one is. I said the last one I heard.
Oh, I love that. They're all my favorites, too. And I especially love the Christmas. All your Christmas stuff is, I have a playlist that is called Allie's Country Faves and then Allie's Country Faves Volume 2. And it really should just be the Randy Travis Christmas collection. So We just need to boil it down to that.
And he has a new Christmas song we're wanting to release, so maybe we can get that out this Christmas.
That would
It's
be
very, very sweet about
fantastic.
being home for Christmas.
That would be great. Do y'all have a Christmas tradition that y'all do at your house that's special or unique, or Christmas dish or food or anything?
No, we do. We try to cook some stuff that were Randy's favorites, before his stroke, that he used to cook. And so I try to do some of those because I know that those were some of his favorites, somewhere in his cookbook. And as far as a tradition, we would have Christmas at home with our kids, Kavanaugh and Raleigh, and all of their friends. And then we would invite anybody that didn't have family or wasn't going somewhere for Christmas. So we just never knew who was going to come through the front door. We just leave it unlocked, and whoever wants to come can come. So
That makes it fun.
Yeah.
So you've got a new single out that everybody is so excited about. Now, it's one that's been in the can for a while, and it's been recently released, and it's called One in a Row. And it is, if you hadn't heard it, please go listen to One in a Row by Randy Travis. It is just good old Randy Travis again. It's so good. It's such a great song. Do you remember when you recorded that? I know you have a lot of music that's been recorded. Do you remember doing that song?
No.
There's just so many. I don't
well,
see how you
I think, from what I've heard, I think it was around 2006 when he recorded that. And it just, somebody pulled it out of the archives. And, we were kind of the last ones to know about it, but just tickled to death.
Yeah.
And I've heard that the writers on it are just so excited, they're beside themselves.
Yeah, don't you know? Don't you know? They probably
It's
forgot about it too.
And it's such a great song. And then when you hear his voice again, when I first heard it, I just got goosebumps and I just welled up with tears because it's like just to hear that voice again. Oh, it's so special. So
It is
yeah,
great.
and it's a beautiful song.
Yes,
it's a great,
it
well-written
is.
song.
It's really great. Well, let's talk about the Randy Travis book, the long-anticipated Randy Travis, I'm hiding it, Forever and Ever Amen, that you wrote with the help of Ken Abraham, and of course Mary helped you pen this. I love this book because it is so transparent. The stories are funny, they're great, and then there's heart-wrenching stories, and I love that you just put it all out there for everybody, and and always have. You've always been very transparent, and we've got the highs and lows from all of your great success, and then leading into a very painful divorce, and then of course this horrible, near-fatal stroke that you had. That since then, you've just become the pillar of perseverance, and you're just such an inspiration to watch. And when I was looking through the book, I love the pictures in it. And there's pictures from his childhood, which are great, but there's pictures while you were in the hospital that I'm sure that were painful and uncomfortable, and you have a smile in almost every one of them. And I love that. You can again see the inner strength that you have with a smile on your face while you're doing rehab, and while you've got people around you trying to help you get over the I'm going to get choked up. Get over everything that happened with your stroke. So we're so thankful that you are still on the road to recovery, and just every time I see you, you're talking more and moving more, and you can't smile any more than I've always seen you already smiling. So that is just fantastic. But since through all of that, we got the gift of your book, and I love it. Please make sure that you go out and get Forever and Ever Amen. It's so, so good. Did you enjoy putting it together? Did it take a long time? How did you do, Mary? I mean, was it fun to you, or was it just really hard? And
It was an interesting undertaking. Ken Abraham did a beautiful job. He did a masterful job of putting it together because he was unscrambling scrambled eggs. and
I'm going to use that.
And taking
That's like living with Joe Kelly.
Yeah, there you go. And he took Randy's life that he lived in full color for 60 years and put it in black and white in a book, and that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
He would come back to us with stories that he had learned. He interviewed 30 or more people for the book, and so he'd get stories from the very start of Randy's life, including his brother, and back at home in Marshville, and then all the way up through current, which doctors and things like that. So he would come back to us with the stories and things that he had dug up through articles and books and charts, everything else. And Randy would, confirm. And so it was hours and hours of just tedious work of putting it together. This book is something that it is very transparent. And like you said, Randy's always been that way, just full of humility and transparency as far as owning his own mistakes. But it's a great story of his life that kind of gives you the background of Randy and background of some of his songs. But it's also, when I read it, I learned a whole lot about country music history.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It was a history book of country music because he spanned so many decades and knew some people that are not still with us. And the stories on it were so much fun, but Ken did a beautiful job of putting it together. And, it's painful at times when you're going back through some of the stories that you don't want to revisit. You thought you'd stuck them in a closet and you can forget them, but you have to bring those out in order to write an autobiography that is, in your words and through your eyes. And this is the way, I felt life was, good, bad, or indifferent. So it was an interesting task. It took about 2 years, but it was very rewarding to have that.
Well, we love it, and it's so nice to have it out again and the new music. And when, in 2016, when you were inducted to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and for the first time we heard you speak or you sing again when you did the Forever and Ever Amen, the Amen part, that was another moment in country music history. To me, that's archived as just one of the greatest moments, I think. And I hate to keep thanking you, but I'm gonna just sit here and say thank you. I might start doing it in different language. Gracias. But
that was the CMA's 50th, right?
Yes,
that one, wasn't that
yes.
special?
So it was so great
For them to put that together, it was just magical.
And in 2017, when y'all had the Randy Travis tribute concert, that was amazing too. That was so much fun with all of your friends and heroes and friends, to throw in another title for us.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. But when you're in Nashville and you're not doing music, do you still enjoy going back to the Nashville Palace where you used to work years ago?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a good place, and the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we love going to hear music artists that are, that we enjoy, and he enjoys all kinds of music. Mm-hmm. It's not just traditional country because it's moved away into different areas, but he still loves to listen to just a good vocal, a good melody, a good lyric. And, so we go out and we love going to the Nashville Palace. It just brings back a lot of memories for him, I think. So we enjoy that.
I want to thank you again for being here. Thank you. It's so nice to sit with Randy and Mary Travis. They are delightful. Please go get the book, read the book. It's fantastic. The new song, One in a Row, is fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.